I'm Brittany Dakins with Peak Paper Co. and I specialize in creating watercolor and calligraphy art out of Edmonton, Alberta. And as much as watercolor and calligraphy are talents, they're also skills that can be learned through building muscle memory. And I'm a firm believer that practice makes progress. Nothing is perfect in art, so just keep trying, keep practicing, and you'll find your own version of best. So let's get started. So before we letter on our cards, we're just going to go over the basics of calligraphy, and that starts with holding the pen. So I'm using my Tombow dual brush pen right now, but I would encourage everyone that's watching the video to just grab any old pen or pencil that you have lying around so that you can follow along. So with the cap still on your pen, hold it vertically on your paper like this. So this is what not to do. If you hold your pen vertically on the page, it's just going to look like a regular marker, and you're not going to get those lovely downstrokes that make up calligraphy. So what you're going to want to do is keep your pen to the side on an angle like this with a loose grip, and make sure that your index finger and your thumb are touching the top of your pen, and that your middle finger is touching the bottom of your pen. And then these two fingers are kind of just your rest on the paper. So don't be too strict about this, because the most important thing is that you're holding your pen on an angle so that you can achieve these downstrokes, and just kind of play around with your grip and how you're holding the pen until you find something that's most comfortable for you. So there's three main types of pressure in calligraphy in order to get your upstrokes, which are these thin lines, and your thick strokes, which are your downstrokes. So this involves using varying forms of pressure. The first is on the tip of your brush pen. You're going to want to apply light pressure on the tip of your brush. The second type of pressure is medium pressure. So you're going to want to press a little bit harder on the side of your brush to get that effect. And in order to get the thickest line on your brush, you're going to want to press the hardest you can on your brush pen to get the thickest line possible, so that you can see a clear distinction between your light pressure strokes and your heaviest pressure strokes. So using the three types of pressure that we talked about, you're going to create the two essentials of calligraphy, which is upstrokes and downstrokes. So to create your downstrokes, again, you're going to apply the heaviest pressure on the side of your brush. And you can do this in the worksheet that's provided on Rocky Mountain Soap's blog or on my website as well for download. And you're going to want to practice these drills until you feel like all of your lines are uniform and you're achieving the same thickness. And then we'll move on to light pressure upstrokes on the tip of your brush. So you're going to want to create the thinnest lines possible, all in the same direction until you feel like all of your lines are uniform and going in the same direction. Again, watch out to make sure that you are seeing a clear distinction between your light pressure upstrokes and your heavy pressure downstrokes. So once you're done creating those strokes, another great calligraphy drill is to make what are called coils. So this is where you're going to see your light pressure upstrokes, your medium pressure transition, and then moving into your downstroke. So make sure that, again, you're holding your pen on an angle and that you're applying the lightest pressure anytime you're going up with the pen, and the heaviest pressure when you're going down with the pen. Back up to light, heavy pressure, back up to light. Another good tip is that you can pause at the end of each stroke. So you're going into an upstroke, pause, and then go into your downstroke. Pause, go back into an upstroke. And that way you're being sure that you're changing your pressure up in order to get the best result. So a good way to learn letters and make sure that they're all uniform is by creating this little practice guide for yourself. So you can also download this sheet on Rocky Mountain Soap's blog, and what we're going to do is label each of these 4 lines. You can also create these with a ruler yourself just by creating 4 evenly spaced lines. The first line at the bottom is called your descender line. And this is where your letters like G and J are going to descend down into. And then you have your baseline, which is where almost all of your letters are going to start on. And then you have your waistline, which is where shorter letters like A, C, and E are going to extend up to. And then you have your ascender line, which is where taller letters like H and K are going to extend up to. So using a combination of the pressure and the upstrokes and the downstrokes that we talk about, I'm just going to demonstrate how to create a few of the basic letters here. So to create an A, you're going to start with a basic upstroke, moving into a downstroke, back into an upstroke, going into a downstroke. To create a lowercase b, you're going to start at the waistline, move into an upstroke, into a downstroke, back into an upstroke, into a downstroke, and end there. To create an E, you're going to again start on your baseline and go into an upstroke, downstroke, back into an upstroke. And then to create a lowercase f like we have here, you're going to start on your baseline, moving into your waistline, the downstroke, back into an upstroke. So because we're here with Rocky Mountain Soap today, I'm going to address my note to them. So remembering your downstrokes and your upstrokes, varying your pressure, making sure you are writing on an angle. Thank you guys so much for watching this handmade Christmas card tutorial. Handmade gifts at the Christmas time are really the best gift that you can give. If you have any questions about how we made the card today and any of the materials, including the downloads of the worksheets, you can visit RockyMountainSoap.com and everything will be linked out there. Have a very Merry Christmas!